Hi, Jason Spangler here, the SanteeSwapper. Got an interesting collection today. This is kind of unusual for me. I got a call out of the blue from a lady who actually has her own antique mall shop all the way across the country in Portland, Oregon. And she had some scouting memorabilia that she had come across. I'm not sure if she got it at an estate sale, but that was pretty likely. And these items are pretty modern for collections that I get. These items are mostly from the 2012 National Order of the Year Conference, but this is the kind of stuff that I trade all the time. This modern stuff actually does pretty well for me, and so I was happy to make a deal with her and purchase this collection. So let's check to see what's in this box. All right, so here it is. Inside the box was this larger bag, and I'm just gonna dump these items out on the table to see what we've got. All right. So a big mound of OA flaps and also two-piece sets, which are kind of what is normally traded at these National Order of the Year conferences. So let's take a quick look at these items and just kind of see what kind of a deal I was able to strike. You can see here that we have lots of NOAC items, these two-piece sets. They are the items that lodges have been making for probably a couple of decades now whenever they go to NOAC, and everybody kind of makes their own set. Some of these are really nice looking. Here's one that's kind of interesting. This is one from Krellman Patch Company. No, actually, let's see here. Who did this? Maybe Moritz did this. So some of these companies started making these kind of beautiful sets to give out as samples. And actually that one's kind of hard to come by, so it's kind of cool to see. What they're trying to show people is what type of technologies and designs they can do. And so this one has kind of a coin embedded in it, so that's pretty cool. Actually, it's Stadry. I should read before I put it up there. All right, again, more flaps. What'll probably happen with this collection, honestly, is I will sort all these guys out, and then I will probably take them to the 2022 National Order of the Year Conference, where I can do some patch trading with these. Like again, even though some of these sets have already come and gone, these are sets that are very popular. They have good designs. All of them are really clean. None of them have been sewn, so that's kind of a big deal as well for collectors. What I will do, I'll just kind of show you guys in case this is kind of new to you. For whatever weird reason, when they make these sets, they're actually two separate patches. And so it becomes a little annoying when you get a box like this, because in here I'm going to have to spend some time partnering up the tops with the bottoms. And so you can see right here what's going on. Now what a lot of collectors will do is they'll come on the back side here and they'll put a piece of tape on the back in order to keep the two pieces together. I actually do that as well, but you have to be very careful what type of tape you use. I've seen people actually use duct tape, and when you rip it off, you tear off all of the plastic, including these QR codes. These QR codes are a newer item that the BSA has been using, part of their licensing push, and so what you can do actually using one of their apps, you can scan those QR codes. It'll tell you how many of each patch were made and what council and the date. So that's kind of helpful. And sometimes in trading patches today, what people will do is they'll use those QR codes and they'll scan them just to kind of say, oh, this one there was 1,000 made, this one there was 100 made, and kind of sort of get a valuation in that sense. A couple of other things that are maybe noteworthy here. Again, a lot of this stuff's super modern. So there's kind of a flap that Coosa Lodge did from Alabama. That's what we call a rubber flap. It's made of sort of rubber. And then here's one that I really like. This is actually a spoof patch. It's not an official patch, but let's see if I can, yeah, the batteries died on this one, but you can see this guy right here. I think some guys maybe in Texas made this one up. It's kind of this almost Dungeons and Dragons kind of look. But then if you look on the back, you can see there's this little gadget here where they had the patch company install blinking lights. So actually on the dragon, there's two blinking lights for his eyes that blinked red. And that was actually really, really cool. So again, this is not an official patch. Somebody had this made up in order to have something cool to trade at the jam or at the NOAC. But you know, it is what it is. So anyways, a lot of good stuff here. I paid her, I think, a pretty decent amount of money for this because I knew this was all brand new stuff that I could really do something with. There's some nice looking sets here. This was one of my favorites I remember from that jamboree. This actually has some pretty thick embroidery on it, so I like that one a lot. So I will do good with this stuff. Probably for me, again, a lot of this stuff is going to turn into trading stock. I have no idea how this lady came across these items. She was not a scouter at all. So again, I think it's likely to be something like an estate sale or something like that where this was all together. So thanks very much, Jason Spangler, the SanteeSwapper. Check out my website, scoutpatchcollectors.com. There you can find more unboxing videos, my podcast, my newsletter, and everything else I have going on in the scout and collecting community.